Okay, I've had several people ask me how to make the fried spaghetti, so today I'm going to show you, because it's easier to show you than to just write it down, because I really don't have any quantities. It all depends on how much you're making. For this one, I'm just using a small little 6-inch pan. I'm just one person, just me. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your heat on. And for this, I'm just using canola oil most of the time. I know my mom likes to use olive oil. You get a slightly better flavor with olive oil, but canola oil is just fine. So the first thing that you want to do is add the canola oil or olive oil to the bottom of your pan. You want to do it pretty liberally and cover the entire bottom of the pan. And then what you want to do, you want to get this nice and hot. That's very important. I don't know if you can see how much oil I got in there. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the cam. But I'm going to go ahead and get that nice and hot. This is going to take a couple minutes, because then once it's nice and hot, then we're going to add our cheese. The cheese that you want to use, you can use any good Romano cheese. I know that my mom used to like to use Licatelli Romano. That was always her favorite, but that's not so easily available anymore. So I don't remember exactly what kind she bought, but it is in fact Romano cheese, and it's going to work just fine. The important thing with your cheese is you want to buy the block cheese. Do not buy it pre-grated, because then you run the risk of fillers being put into it, and then that will completely mess up your dish, and it will not gel the way that it needs to. It will not crisp the way that it needs to crisp up. So when you buy the block cheese, and then you just want to do a regular fine grate with it, and you'll see once I add the cheese in here what the next step is. As far as the pasta that you're going to use, you can use any type of long spaghetti. I just have regular long spaghetti here. Just because I don't have any linguine. Flat linguine works best and probably has the best taste with it as well. Let's see how. We're getting there. Yeah, in fact, I got a little bit too much oil in here, so let me dump some of that out. Okay, now what you're going to do, you just want to cover the bottom of the pan. This will be about a handful of your grated Romano cheese. Okay, and then let me try and bring the camera over here, because then this is going to have to be quick. And you'll see how the cheese is going to sizzle up for you. And then from there, once you have the cheese in there, then you're going to want to add your pasta. And you're going to want to make it about that much, and now we just have to wait for that to crisp up. You just get yourself a spatula, and it's going to make a nice little pie. You'll see. Once I flip this, I'll show you the way it's supposed to look as far as the brown. If you want to get it to a nice golden brown, but not too dark, let me put this back up over here, turn the fan on here. Okay, yeah, I got a very hot oven here. I can turn this down some. Let me see if I can get this in here, and you can see how it's starting to brown up there. Okay, I think I got a good pick of that, but I want to get it still yet more brown. Quick. Okay, I got one side done. Now this is a very important part because you do not want to burn yourself. You want to drain as much oil as you possibly can off of this thing because you're going to have to flip it. And if you don't drain the oil, you're going to burn the hell out of your hand, and you don't want that. And what I do here, it's the same way as the way that my mother taught me, is I just drain it into a regular coffee cup. Okay, so now I got the oil drained. Now I'm ready to flip. So here, again, you want to make sure that you have a plate that is going to completely cover your pan. And you want to be real careful because it is not hard to burn yourself. Put the top over and you flip it onto the plate. And there you go. And you can see what that product looks like. Now, what we're going to do, we got to do the other side. So, we got our oil from the first go around. I'm going to put that right back in the pan. Okay, let that heat back up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to add the cheese again. And from there, I'm just going to slide it right back in. And we're going to let this side crisp up. And then it'll be time to cook it. And let's see how we're doing here. Oh yeah, that's crisping up nicely. Almost done. Okay, now from this point I'm just going to drain my grease again with that cool. I will dispose of that later. And now what you can do from here, you can either put it right on your plate and cut it with a pizza cutter. I know that's the way my mom likes to do it. I prefer to use a cutting board and a French knife. In this case, you can see right there's your finished product. If you flip it over, you can see both sides, so that makes a nice little pie. And then you just cut it in there, whatever size pieces you like. I'm going to do mine, probably yeah, I'm going to do this in 6/8. You can see right there, cutting nice little sixes. They cut it basically just like a pizza. Like I said, my mom likes to use a pizza cutter. I prefer to do it this way. And then it's right on the plate, and it's time to eat.